MAETZIG Last updated 0837, September 21, 2017. Next two new Holden models to arrive in New Zealand will be the Equinox SUV left and the Astra wagon right. There's significant change about to take place this weekend, and we're not talking about the election. At 8:02 a.m. on Saturday, the plane of the Earth's equator will pass through the center of the sun's disk. That's what we call the equinox, and it will be the exact time when day and night are of the same duration. For New Zealanders, it will also be the point in time from which our days will start to become longer than our nights. A few hours later, at 2 a.m. on Sunday, New Zealand daylight saving time will begin. That's when we will all move our clocks forward, so that 2 a.m. becomes 3 a.m., which will mean that in terms of available after-work daylight, our evenings will suddenly become 1 hour longer. Holden New Zealand Managing Director Christian Aquilina addresses guests during the Equinox evening in Auckland. "We're not suggesting we should dust off our barbecues just yet, folks, but all these happenings this weekend will officially tell us that summer is on its way." Redmore Holden confirms Acadia SUV in range overhaul. Cascada and Astra signal Holden model onslaught in New Zealand. Astra hatches number 16 in Holden's dance of the 24 veils in Astra wagon left, and Equinox SUV poses in front of guests. You might be wondering what all this has got to do with the motoring article. The answer is because Holden has just used the impending Equinox to outline some significant change ahead. It hosted a function with an Equinox theme at an Auckland film studio. Guests were told that this time of the year also marks the dawning of a new age for Holden and an opportunity to look at the brand's vehicle portfolio with a fresh set of eyes. And a new age certainly is dawning for Holden. In a month, October 20, to be exact, Holden will shut down its assembly operations, putting an end to decades of Australian vehicle assembly, particularly Commodores. Once that happens, Holden will source all its vehicles from all over the world: Korea, Europe, USA and Thailand. But not Australia. But while this will be a sad time for our Holden colleagues in Australia, the fact is that the sun will rise again on October 21, said Holden New Zealand Managing Director Christian Aquilina. So we do see this time as a point of equinox for our brand. It's an exciting time to be part of Holden. A major challenge facing the brand is that the Australian-built Commodore has been so dominant over the years that it has overshadowed every other vehicle offered by Holden, said Aquilina. We've had the vehicle range, but we couldn't get past Commodore. This has meant we've needed to trigger our own transformation and rejuvenation. We've needed to convince people that Holden is not just a brand for granted. There are several aspects to this rejuvenation. Dealerships throughout New Zealand are being given a makeover, so what is known as the in-dealership experience can be improved, and a major change will be introduction of 3YEAR 100,000 kilometers scheduled servicing at no extra cost for every new Holden purchased from October 1. We know the cost of vehicle servicing can be a pain point for vehicle owners, so we're taking the opportunity to remove it from the equation and create an anxiety-free experience, said Aquilina. On top of that, Holden is continuing with its strategy of introducing 24 new vehicle models between 2016 and 2020. Next up is the Astra Sportwagon, which goes on sale on November 1. Powered by a 1.4-liter petrol engine, it will be available in LS specification from $35,990 and as an LT from $39,990. That will be followed by the arrival of the world's most popular General Motors SUV, the appropriately named Equinox, which will be launched on December 1. This medium-sized SUV will initially debut in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive forms, and with a range of 1.5 and 2.0-liter petrol engines, and it will be followed by 1.6-liter diesel variants in the first half of next year. The end of the year will also see the launch of the first of the new European-sourced Commodores, a V6-engined high-riding wagon. This vehicle will be supported by regular Commodore wagons as well 5-door liftback models. But who would have thought, way back in 1978, when the first Commodore was launched, that the Commodore headline act for 2018 would be a high-riding wagon, said Aquilina. Brand transformation indeed. Stuff.